Hello and welcome to the Book Thing. My name is Mark, and today I'm continuing with my reread of the Discworld series with book number 17, Interesting Times. So Interesting Times is the fifth book in the Rincewind subseries of the Discworld books. It opens with the patrician of Ankh-Morpork being sent a message demanding that the wizard be delivered to the Agatean Empire, the counterweight continent on the far side of the disc, a reclusive empire that is the place where Two Flower came from all those books ago. So by the spelling of wizard in the message with the two Z's, it's the Arch-Chancellor of Unseen University manages to figure out that that spelling has come from the hat of Rincewind and realizes that the wizard that they are actually asking for is Rincewind himself. So they, by means of magic, they find him and bring him back to the Unseen University and then coerce him into being sent to the Agatean Empire. So the wizards send Rincewind out to the Agatean Empire with magic, and he arrives to find a country in social upheaval as a result of the revolutionary pamphlet that has been published, What I Did on My Holidays. So it transpires that after Two Flower got back after the events of the Light Fantastic, he wrote an account of his holidays which painted a picture of a world that was significantly less repressive than that of the Agatean Empire, and also painted a picture of the mighty wizard who accompanied him on the way, and inadvertently set Rincewind up as a symbol of the revolution in the Agatean Empire. So taking advantage of all of the political upheaval is Lord Hong, the Grand Vizier of the Emperor, who is doing what all Grand Viziers tend to do in fiction, which is have these Machiavellian plots in order to take control. And also taking advantage of all the political upheaval is the aged barbarian from the Light Fantastic, Cohen, or as he's now calling himself, Genghis Cohen, who, along with his silver horde of equally octogenarian mercenaries, is planning on the biggest raid of his career. The biggest issue I have with Interesting Times is the spine of the book. For some reason, when the original paperbacks were being published, they did a fantastic job of keeping all the Discworld's branding very, very consistent for all of those early Discworld books. Except for some weird reason, for Interesting Times, the publisher Corgi decided to put its name at the bottom of the spine instead of the top, which they'd done for all of the other books. So if you are in any way a collector, and if you are in any way OCD, I would avoid picking up Interesting Times. Still, at least Josh Kirby managed to draw Two Flower with two eyes and glasses, as opposed to having four eyeballs. It only took him 11 years to be able to do that. By the way, I am rereading the entire Discworld series at the moment and releasing a new review video every single week. So if you'd like to keep up to date with that, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. So problems with the spine aside, Interesting Times is actually pretty decent. This is the first time we've been to the Agatean Empire, and what we find is a country that has clearly had ages of innovation in the past, but is very much stunted by its very isolationist view of the rest of the world. So it has become a place of bureaucracy and arrested development, frankly, as well. So Lord Hong is a great Machiavellian villain. Think of him as like a dark version of Lord Vetinari from Ankh-Morpork. Well, darker. Well, probably the same amount of dark. Well, he mightn't be quite as dark as Vetinari, but he is more interested in his own personal advancement, whereas Vetinari is more interested in the running of the city and making sure that everything works. It is great seeing Toofler and Rincewind back together. It kind of feels like a bit of unfinished business on Pratchett's part, because the last time they were together in The Light Fantastic, it was very much at a period when Pratchett hadn't found his feet with his writing and his humour. It was all still just starting to settle into place, and now he's really in his stride. And to see them together again, but with Pratchett at his peak, is a lot of fun. The only shame about it is it's a little bit on the brief side. If anything, this is more Cohen's story than it is Rincewind, and Two Flower is not much more than an extended cameo. And that is a shame, but Cohen is a really great character, and to see him in the Silver Horde being introduced, that is a hell of a lot of fun. I won't spoil it either, but this is one of the first times in the Discworld that actually one of the next books is teased, and we get a bit of a tease of where Rincewind is going to go next in the next Rincewind book, which is The Last Continent. So it's a fun, if unremarkable addition to the Discworld books. I gave it 3.5 stars, which pretty much puts it slap bang in the middle of the Discworld books I've read so far. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Interesting Times. If you did, please consider hitting the like button. If you'd like to see more of my Discworld reviews, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And the next one that I will be reviewing is A Masquerade. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that, and take care.